Hi everyone. So thank you for giving a lot of love to the last episode. And today we are again joined by one of my guests. His name is Pankaj, and he has been working in the IT industry from last 17, 18 years, and have been a buddy entrepreneur as well. And let's talk to Pankaj. So the name of the show is I Am Self-Made, and Pankaj will tell his story how he is self-made after so many years. Let's listen from him. Pankaj, welcome to the show. And
Thanks, Jazz, for giving me the opportunity.
yeah, thank you for.
Really appreciate, really appreciate your time. My journey started back in 2009.
Mhm.
Started as a programmer in Visual Basic, and since then, journey has. I've been to various countries like UK, Australia, uh, Ireland, and Canada. So short stints, but valuable ones, where I got exposure to working with different stakeholders, different kind of a culture. And here I am standing in front of you, trying to set up my own startup along with my mentor,
Right.
and looking forward to the journey.
Nice. That's a very, very good introduction and a brief introduction, Pankaj. So thank you so much for that. And so I just wanted to understand, like, for example, your experience being 17 years in the IT, and somebody will always think to grow into being an employee and not going into the business after a long time. So what is actually the shift happened? What's your mindset changed, and what was the catalyst in that mind shift to be changed to that you started, or you start to think about coming into the business? So let's a little bit go back in the few years back and just tell us a little bit how it started to change in the mindset.
I was identified as one of the young leaders which Entity Data Internally program has. So I was one of the first graduates from NCR region, Delhi NCR region. After that, I graduated from that program. I realized my own potential. In fact, my mentors identified potential in me, and they gave me an opportunity wherein I visited Canada and UK. And I mean, from then it hasn't been no looking back since then, because you get to know a lot of people what they are doing better. So I kind of thought what I am not doing right, which others are doing. I kind of took those pieces from them, built something of my own, because in the past, like 4 to 5 years, I was constantly thinking what should I be doing to come out of this rat race of 9 to 6 job.
Hmm.
So I thought I'll take a break. A couple of years I took a break. In fact, it wasn't planned that way. It was just a 3 months sabbatical I took. And
Hmm.
then since then, COVID happened. I tried multiple things just to do something of my own. I did recruitment, I did mobile accessories, e-commerce, and learned a lot. Though they never flourished the way that I wanted them to, but it left me with a lot of learnings. I would say the turning point was being identified as a leader and coming out with flying colors via the entity data.
That's great, Pankaj. So, yes, thank you for sharing that. I think one of the things which I would like to bring here is that when somebody's working as a employee, or people who are listening to this podcast, they may be working as an employee, and somebody wants to take a step, and they want to start their business or start something of their own, or go away from the job. There is always a problem that we all have family, we have the expenditures, and nowadays we all, a lot of EMIs are going monthly basis. So there is a fear of fulfilling those financial demands and needs of the family, and we always think, oh my god, what will happen if I don't fulfill for the next 6 months? How would I go back to job? Or so how that fear of failure, or how do you overcome that fear, or what guidance you have for somebody thinking about doing that way?
To be honest, Jess, these kind of fears were very relevant when I was starting back in 2.5 years back.
Hmm.
Family wasn't that supportive initially because they never thought what would be the future, uh, jeopardizing the affluent role that I was playing, working as an assistant project manager, then as a QA head and the QA engineering role. It was
Mm.
a very senior leadership role, and they were all saying that you're doing already good in the job. What's the need of doing something of my own? There was
Yes.
always a feeling coming in from inside that I want to do something of my own.
Mm.
I don't belong to 9 to 5 a job. So that kind of a thing was always there. There had been challenges. It's all about how you overcome those challenges and listen to your inner voice.
Right. Okay. That's great. So now let's talk about a bit more on the next step. So let's say that somebody is working in the job, or they have taken the step, and so now by looking at your experience, and many people can relate. Suddenly, what happens is when we are as an employee, we are confined to our role, but when we are into a business, suddenly what happens is we end up doing everything, right? So a lot of people, maybe they're not from sales background, they have to do the sales, they write the proposals, they do marketing, customer service, invoicing. So how are you coping with this, and like, what is your opinion or advice on somebody wants to do that way? Like, how can they manage all these things?
So to answer your question, I would say don't nobody should hesitate in wearing multiple hats. Like
Mm.
in
Right,
and
right.
now before starting my own startup, I actually tried my strength in sales. Though I never tried sales. For past
Mm.
3.5 years, I was in sales. So because sales is a very important component to run a business.
Yes.
Without sales, your business cannot scale. So different hats, different exposures, different geographies, working with different stakeholders. These all things which people generally don't tend to. They don't want to come out of their comfort zone. But I kind of came out of my comfort zone, and that's what helped me a lot. Trying different hats and then learning from it.
So talking about the comfort zone, Pankaj, I remember you were talking to me earlier on the phone that you had a very hectic schedule. So can you elaborate that also to our listeners, that people should understand the reality of a startup starter, I would say. So can you take us through a little bit of the harsh reality of a startup person? Uh,
Correct. So you touched upon it, right, Jazz? Today morning, I mean, in fact, since yesterday we were trying to set up a time for today. Though I
mm,
gave you a time, but so things happen is that because we have a pilot batch coming in by this end of this month. So though it's a Saturday when we are talking, but since morning I came got up at 6:37.
yeah.
Since then, like just start the day with meditation, at least for half an hour or 1 hour, depending on how much time you get, because that's where you charge yourself first, and then you basically take that charging through the entire your day.
Yes,
So
yes.
starting with that, and then doing your rituals, daily rituals, and then be in front of laptop by the time 8:30, having your breakfast and all, so that you basically don't have to end up skipping your breakfast before the
Yeah,
work starts. So
true.
that's how it started today. There were few interviews lined up. There's no HR at the moment because it's a new startup, fairly new startup. So we are
Hmm.
trying to find the HR,
Yes.
multiple interviews lined up, and we actually found one good candidate today. And then since then, there have been multiple meetings going through. Family and on the background is saying that
Yes.
it's a weekend.
Yeah, true. While
You
are you
need to give
working?
time
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
Correct. And generally, what happens is the time I started working with this startup, but I mean, I don't know when the Saturday or Sunday comes and they vanish just
Yes.
like that.
Yes. 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 So yeah, so I guess there is no weekend for a person who is running their own business. I remembered Shah Rukh Khan's interview for a while back. I saw his interview, and in that one, he has said that if you want to taste the success, you have to sacrifice your hunger, your sleeping, your comfort, and everything, really. And forget about it's a day or a night or a weekend or a Saturday or Sunday, until you have enough that now you can enjoy, right? So that is one of the things that I kind of learned as well. Like in our entrepreneurial life, that there is no such thing as that Friday is 5 o'clock now, don't interrupt me, which happens in a as an employee. So I think there is a big mind change and a shift happens when we start the business or start our journey. And
Correct.
you really touched a good point on the family. So just let's talk a little bit on the family side also, Pankaj, so especially having the time with kids nowadays, because I am going to be writing a blog and also talking about this particular topic in the future. Do you really feel that you are missing some sort of time with kids? It could be playtime, it could be family time where you sit and watch TV together, or it could be teaching time, it could be doing their homework, studying with them, or going to.
Especially kids being smaller, you need to give enough time so that they
Hmm.
don't forget their roots. So
True.
I mean, to ensure that the children are rooted, they value the time that the parents are giving to their career, to their business. But at the same time, they should also value the time that the parents are taking out even after their busy schedule. So that I ensure after 10, maybe if it's for half an hour or 1 hour, there is no distraction with social media, mobiles, TV, nothing. That
Nice.
kind of quality time everybody should be able to find, because ultimately, end of the day, you only have 24 hours, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And it's I think it's a very big challenge nowadays in the families when the smartphones are a big issue as well nowadays, and then all the Netflix and YouTube. Let's move our focus towards your business. So I think it'll be nice if you can explain or inform or others like what is your business and tell us a bit more details. What is you do and what is all about.
Starting this training business line, we are basically into digital marketing, performance marketing, data science, blockchain, Hadoop, all the technologies which are basically hot these days. We are doing of online training to start with, and then we have also planned to go offline. So we're starting with the performance marketing batch. Primary performance marketing for your viewers who don't know about performance marketing is basically Facebook ads, Google ads, native
Hmm.
ads. So all the advertisement digitally we are doing for clients. So we are starting with the performance marketing trainings to start with, and then we plan to include digital marketing, e-commerce, data science, and other trainings as the time passes by, based on the feedback that we receive and identifying the latest trends going in the market. So basically, it would be around however any business want to go scale digitally, evolve digitally. All those training would be around those.
Great. So these trainings, are they for business owners, or is it for somebody who is working as an employee? They want to go into digital marketing, or for a student? I mean, what is the target audience on these trainings?
Audience is maybe starting from students to
Hmm.
experienced corporate employees to budding entrepreneurs or experienced entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
So we are only going to teach what's being practical. Our USP would be all practical. Theory would be there certainly, but without practical, it doesn't make any sense. So
What do you think? What are the challenges when we start something new? What challenges we are facing? Why is that? Like, if the owner or the founder is not in the business, then the business doesn't run basically. So everybody is dependent on the owner. I think that is the biggest headache for everybody. And why does that happen? So I just want to touch base on that. If you can give some sort of your analysis opinion on that.
sure. So anybody coming from a job background into starting their something of their own, the, the challenge that we have been facing and we're trying to overcome is finding the right talent for the right place. So
Hmm.
hiring is a very big challenge at the moment, and we have figured out a way to address that challenge. So if you don't have the right team in place, you can't really think of scaling your business at a very exponential rate.
Cool. That's great. And Pankaj, I want to ask, has your system set up for registration? Like somebody is watching this video or they want to register for your digital training programs, digital marketing training program. Uh, anything you want to tell where they can come in and register, or how can they contact you?
Yeah, so the startup name is Evolve Pro. I'll
Mm-hmm.
spell it out because Evolve is generally a different spelling, but R is EVOLV, Evolve,
Okay.
PRO, Evolve Pro. So
Pro.
just go to LinkedIn, search for Evolve Pro, just follow the page.
Right.
Everything, every new batches, every new
Mm-hmm.
initiative that we are going to take. And just it reminded me that the first batch that we are going to launch by the end of this month would be just a five students batch. There would be additional six students, and that six student will be free of cost attending this session, the trainings, the performance marketing pilot batch. The reason why we have that kind of a thinking is Anupam has a thought process that we should be giving back to the society. So
Mm-hmm.
whosoever has no parents or there is no source of income, a very needy individual with the right kind of attitude, we're going to teach them
Mm-hmm.
all the practicals in performance marketing free of cost. His accommodation will be covered from our side. His fees will be covered from our side. Everything will be done from our side.
Nice. That's
So that kind of initiative, Anupam is
mm-hmm.
doing right at the start of the first batch. People do it after maybe doing 10 batches or 20 batches, but we have a very clear vision that we want to give back to society. So follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on YouTube, and you would be updated about what Evolve Pro is doing and how we are disrupting the edtech training industry.
That's very nice. So I think this is pretty exciting stuff. So when did you say actual date of the batch starts?
The first pilot batch starts on 25th of September 2023.
25th of September. Great.
Correct.
I will just say 25th of September 2023. So 23. If somebody is watching this after 6 months of this video. So yeah, so just to tell the year as well. And we all wish all the best for your new venture, and everything goes well with your business.
Pleasure is all mine, Jais. Jais, in fact, I really never thought that this would be so, I would, humbling in the sense that I never thought I belong to a podcast like this, but it's really a humbling experience and it's always a pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you so much.